I'm Argus. Just Argus now. I'm a mercenary from the Crest Mountains, looking to get as far away from them as my body can carry me. Though this eternal winter is making that annoyingly difficult. Almost as difficult as family, but that's not important and not anything I want to talk about right now. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just looking for stories to tell along the way, and I'll destroy anyone or anything who thinks they can get in my way and stop that from happening. And if anyone asks, this conversation never happened. I was never here. Got it?
Dear Mom and Dad, it is I, your favorite daughter, Mochi, with my weekly letter and my life and travels. I do hope you're receiving these things. I haven't heard back from you in a while. Anyway, after being asked, somewhat forcefully, to leave the avium, I've been asking myself, Mochi, what is next? Turns out, I got my answer. It came from above, you could say. So I'm still practicing my magic. It's just a little different. Don't worry, I am still determined to pass the next entrance exam. But until then, I'm staying somewhere quiet and trying to use my magic to be helpful wherever I can. I promise I'm working really hard, even if things haven't gone totally to plan. But I'm sure I'll make Mom proud of me one day soon. I hope things are going well with you, and I hope to hear back from you soon. Love you and miss you, your most determined daughter, Mochi.
Alright, well met. Name's Voldero the Druid. Volley to me friends. Yous can call me Voldero though. Now, I may be done with my adventuring, but someone's got to keep the bright-eyed and bushy-tailed out of trouble. Just as long as I'm back in my stump in good time. What, you want more? Well, not much to tell really. Tried a whole heroics business a while back, and let's just say it didn't really work out so great for yours truly. Nowadays I prefer to work on my mushroom magic in peace and quiet, thank you. But I have a debt to pay, so I'm in.
Hello? Are you going this way too? Oh, gosh, I'm glad I caught up to you. You walk really fast. But did you know that everything has magic in it? Is it magic how you walk that fast? Is that what it is? Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Clarence, and I am an inspiring hero. Well, you see, magic school didn't quite work out for me. They have very specific ideas on magic, and I don't really quite agree with them. You see, I think the whole world is magical. Everything in it is magical, and even if you're not a magic user, I think that there's a little bit of magic inside each of us. And I know one day I'm gonna find that magic, and with my friends, we're gonna save the world. So, do you wanna sign up to be in my adventuring party?
Oh, hello. Come on in. The bakery is warm. My name is Marley. Oh dear, you look frozen to the bone. The cold has a way of doing that. Cutting right into your bones, I mean. Take a seat by the fire, and I'll see if I can find something to warm you up. We don't have much in the way of baked goods on hand these days, not with the way supplies are rationed, but, well, I've lived long enough and I know how to make ends meet. Here, take this acorn loaf that's still warm from the oven. I know it's not much, but in times like these, if there's one thing I've learned, it's that folks have to look out for one another. You can always count on old Marley to have your back. Oh, no, you keep your coin. You just get on home while that bread is still warm. And take care. It looks like the snows are starting up again.
So you wish to hear a story? I have a story. In the faraway world of Everden lies a vast forest nestled between the mountains and the sea. The Humblewood, a sprawling woodland realm made by the gods themselves, with titanic trees that can grow as tall as mountains and as wide as cities. And the beings that inhabit this forest are unique as well. Beasts that can grow to enormous sizes, nature spirits of elemental fury, and a people known by fur and feather. The humble folk. But in this ancient and magical place, all beings hum with an endless song, the great rhythm of life and death, and above all else, balance. But balance is such a fragile thing. When the snows started early, little concern was given. Some years had short autumns. Perhaps the storm god Altus had flapped his wings too hard and sent an early frost. The hearths were stoked, the children were bundled, and the food stores were open so that none was left hungry. But long after spring should have arrived, the snows remained, and with each day, week, month, year of growing disquiet, the rime endured. It has been 5 years, and the hearths have gone cold, the children are shivering, and the food stores, as well as many bellies, are left empty. Yet there is hope. Not in the place anyone would think to look for it, no. Hope often arrives in the most unexpected ways. That flicker of light in the cold dark. A group of ordinary folk bound by fate, friendship, and the call to do what is right. This is the tale of those unlikely adventurers who fought to achieve the impossible. The tale of how everyday people can rise to become heroes that save their world. This is their story. This is your story. This is Humblewood, the Unwelcome Winter. Welcome to Humblewood, the Unwelcome Winter. I am Derek. I am your GM for this game. I use he, him pronouns. I'm very excited to have all of my cast plus one back this week. So a very special thank you and welcome to Gilly, who I will have introduce herself and her character here momentarily. I do want to say a couple of things before I have these other people say a little bit more about themselves. First of all, this game is in support of Fauna and Flora International. It's a wonderful organization that works to protect this world's biomes, the plants and animals that live in them, and currently has a campaign going to stop a culling of brown bears in Romania that you can support. And if you donate, you can actually impact this game. You can give crits, advantages, even complications, which makes things just a little bit extra difficult for our players. You can do all of that through the link that you can see in chat. It's also posted on all of our socials. And if you hit those goals, like I said, the complication is literally what they're in the middle of right now with these forest prowlers. Do bear in mind that the donation amounts are in British pounds, so there is a conversion rate should you be in a country that does not use that currency. Also, I should note that I was very kindly reached out to by one of the representatives for Fauna and Flora who heard about our wonderful campaign and have offered several articles of clothing from their shop as freebies. So we will be doing giveaways. We'll be doing a giveaway today, another one in 2 episodes, and another 2 episodes from that, so episode 8 and 10. The first 2 will be for t-shirts. The third one will be for a hoodie, which feels appropriate as we get into colder months. But you can see the link for the shop over in chat as well. So if that's something you're looking to win, we will probably do that around the halfway point. We'll enter in chat, and yeah, go ahead and shoot for this guy, see if there's something you like. They have a lot of pangolin stuff right now, and I love pangolins, so if that's also your deal, they have, gorillas, elephants, rhinoceros, all sorts of stuff. So you can definitely, I'm sure you're going to find a design that you love if you love animals. And if you love why are you watching this show if you don't love animals? Great, let's go ahead and go around and have these people introduce themselves. So, Christian, as always, if you don't mind starting us out.
Hey everybody, hi, my name is Christian, aka Fluffy Goomba on several socials, mainly on TikTok and Twitch. I am a TTRPG performer and educator. I am playing Argus Ironclaw, pronouns he, him, Scofflaw Fighter. My pronouns are also he, him.
Wonderful. Thank you, Christian. Next up is Anniek.
Hi, my name is Anniek. I use she, they pronouns. Today I am playing Mochi, a adorable little trickery cleric who has some mommy issues that might come to service today. She'll be fine. Everything's fine. We'll be golden. Definitely not plotting PvP.
My life has already been threatened. I just want to make
Correct.
that publicly known.
No,
That
your
tracks.
character's life has been threatened. Let's
I'm
go.
A
not
little bit of
certain
both.
that you made that distinction at the time.
Also fair, actually.
We cannot guarantee Gilly's real life safety nor in-game safety here at Sword and Gage.
I do fall out of
really
my chair a
compromise.
lot, so
Yeah.
that is valid.
We can do nothing about that. Speaking of Gilly, you are next. If you'd like to introduce yourself, you do not have to introduce your character if you would like to save that reveal for later. Although I think we do have a little bit of it at least on the overlay, so I leave that to you.
Yes, that is fine. I will wait to introduce. I will say Roberta / Bobby until later. But my name is Gilly. You can find me at it's Gilly most places on the internet. Mostly Twitter and Instagram, and occasionally Blue Sky when I remember that it exists on my phone. I am an actor and an editor, writer, and a bunch of other things. And it is time for my shirt reveal, which is I have a Pony Defense League. Oh no! I gotta turn it off. You're gonna have to see my shame, my secret shame of the mess that is in my background.
For ponies?
Wait.
Secret pony mess. Shame.
Wait.
This is Gilly is part of a sect here on Sword and Key.
Oh.
We here at Sword and Key, Sword and Key
Napoleon
headquarters
did nothing wrong.
Sword and Key headquarters is a retired horse farm that does have among its residents a lovely little criminal pony named Napoleon. If you are also in defense of Napoleon, despite his many crimes, and think that he did nothing wrong, and again, I'm specifying the pony Napoleon, not the French
Not
dictator.
the person. No,
Right,
that's
If you are in defense of the pony Napoleon, you too can join our Discord and join in the Napoleon did nothing wrong. And there is a picture of
It's on the back of
the
the
head.
pony.
Yes. Yes,
Can we
that's-
crowdfund a blanket for Napoleon that says "No body, no crime"? Please, can we get him a horse blanket with no body,
this
no
game's
crime?
already in support of one charity. I mean, we would have to break away from fauna and flora stuff, defending animals across the world just to give a blanket to a pony. We'll see what we can do.
I would like to thank Mare for emotionally supporting me during the design process of this. Yes, but Pony Defense Squad for life.
As someone new to Sword and Key, I am very confused, but in a weird, wholesome way.
Yeah,
So,
that's
the
fair.
basic-
That's fair.
The basic premise is in Parks and Rec, there's a character who goes, I have never done anything wrong ever in my entire
I've seen that
life.
gif, yeah.
Yes, and then her father responds, we know this, I know this, and I love you. We are Henry Winkler, the father in this scenario, and Napoleon is the horse.
And there is a real horse just in.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Napoleon is a criminal. That's
Right.
really all
Napoleon
you need
is-
to know.
300
And-
feet from me currently.
And
Frequently tries to break out.
I like the angle of this because it really looks like Napoleon is trying to escape the confines of the token that I created.
It does. It really does. Yeah. Yes, he has a Shetland
also
pony.
have- Yeah,
Go ahead,
we have a little gif for when he breaks out that just says it has been 0 days since Napoleon's escape.
Napoleon escaped, right?
That's true. That's true. We're probably jinxing it right now.
I support you, Napoleon.
Boundaries.
So sorry.
Boundaries are suggestions to a pony. It's
Honestly.
a pony. They're meant to be free. I don't know.
Anyway,
Yes.
that's-
You've
Anyway.
uncovered the final boss of this game is just a criminal pony. Thank you, Gilly, for all of that. Literally all of that.
you're welcome.
Next up, let's go top down. So let's do Shadow.
Oh god, I'm not used to it next. Okay, hi everybody. I'm Shadow. I use she, her pronouns. I do things in the TTRPG space here, and I also do things on my own Twitch when I get there. So yeah, hi. Today I'm playing Clarence, who uses they, she pronouns, and Clarence is a bard, College of the Road, to becoming a hero.
absolutely. Next, let's do Pan. You're muted, bud. There you go.
Hi, I'm
Got
Pan.
it.
I'm muted. God, every week. Hi, I'm Pan. You can find me in most places, Stellar on Core, on the old socials. My pronouns are he, they. I'm playing Volderol, the Circle of Sports Druid. He's a Marpak technically, but he is a possum for all intents and purposes. And he was not here last week, so I'm looking forward to wandering in some absolute chaos.
Beautiful. Yes, we did keep Volderall safe, so Volderall has also not taken any damage.
Yeah, he was actually giving out advantages. I remember that, but
Yeah, he was doing the help action.
yeah, quietly in the corner.
Last, absolutely not least, Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz. I use she, they pronouns, and this week, as if every week, here on Sword and Key for Humblewood, I will be playing Marley, your champion fighter, who is feeling a little rough right now. But it's going to be great. We're going to do fine. Everything's going to be great. There's no problems.
Gonna be great.
It's going to be great.
Okay. I believe somebody had the recap. I cannot remember.
Oh, shoot. That was me. Where
Liz
Okay.
had a
did my
recap.
notebook go? Oh, my God.
Okay.
I have it written down. Thank
Liz
you.
even made a little note in the Humblewood chat
I
that
did.
says reminder to self, we
Yep.
have the recap.
Yeah, I did,
Hmm.
for sure. I have it. I wrote it down. Sure did. Thank you.
Good.
Aha! Okay.
Haha.
Haha! All right, I'm ready. Okay. From Marley's point of view, this is everything that happened last week on Humblewood. Episode 5, Rhyme or Reason. We open in the bandit camp after having spent the night. I start the day by asking Killer Queen to find me a postman to deliver a letter for me, and I end up spilling my guts about my deepest secret, which can possibly not in any way, shape, or form go wrong in the future. I'm sure that there's no blackmail that could possibly come from that. She gives me a good pep talk, and and I promise her that the group will return by way of the bandit camp. Yeah. Clarence and Mochi run by as I'm on my way to the central fire to help folks wake it up. They're carrying my cloak, and I have absolutely no idea what's happening with that. We all end up going to the Lost and Found to upgrade our weapons and armor, and Mochi gets a bag of scrap, just in case you had forgotten about that, so we can do some scrounge craft in the future.
I certainly did not forget about that bag.
Argus gives Mochi some really solid war paint aesthetic advice, and I am very touched by the cloak that Clarence and Mochi repaired for me. I wear those red and white polka dots proudly. Before we exit the camp, Argus drops the bomb that someone he calls quote-unquote mountain royalty is the one who stole the artifact that we're searching for, before turning to Mochi and making sure she has a wizard's tome to fool her mom when we meet her at the avium. Mochi realizes before we leave the camp that she needs to send a letter as well, but she has to revise it first, and so she runs off to find Killer Queen for more mail service. We take off into the woods, relying on Argus's ability to trek through the trees. Most of the travel is uneventful, though when I take watch the first night, I read some weird captions, but the night is generally quiet. In the morning, though, Argus tracks something that was stalking us while we slept. Mochi opens up and tells us about her relationship with her mom, which sounds pretty challenging to navigate. We talk it over with a little heart-to-heart, but agree to take her lead when it comes to the avium and her mom. As we walk, Argus starts moving through the trees in an erratic manner, and we eventually make our way to the choke point where the creatures hunting us are waiting for us. Suddenly there are 2 Mochis, and we're all losing a lot of blood that definitely does not go away in the snow. Clarence gives them the old 1-2. Argus is intimidating as heck. A voice calls to me, and we end our episode in the middle of this fight as I try to use my new flame powers and launch a very small fireball at one of the creatures attacking us. That's that.
Wonderful.
I did not mention anything about the fire in there, as I'm realizing that now, but that's okay.
Okay. Did you want to alter those notes, or is that okay
No,
where we
it's
leave it?
fine. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Okay. Well, I am also making sure that Gilly can join you here, but let's go ahead and get some music changed up here. And Gilly, I will get you to roll in here momentarily, but we are back to top of the order because I'm smart enough at least to do that and not remember where we are in the middle of a game every other week. So, Argus, it is your turn. You have the 2 forest prowlers, which is the stat block that we're using, who have more or less surrounded your party. You are, if I can back up on the map here, you have faced off with one of them, believe the larger one, we determined, the more adult looking one, larger horns, and have done some pretty decent damage on it so far. What would you like to do for your turn?
I'm gonna keep attacking it. I'm gonna keep doing what a fighter do.
You got it.
Hit it. We're gonna boom bap it in its face.
Okay.
With my maul.
Yep.
That's a natural 20.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
What a way to start.
What a
Right.
yeah,
Way
what
to
a
start.
start up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Double the damage, double the dice. Go for it.
Yeah. I got you. It's very exciting. I love that. Come on, D&D Beyond, please. Don't do this to me. Why are you freezing? How you gonna roll a crit and then
They
not
call
do
it building tension when it freezes, I think.
Truly.
It's a nice way of putting it.
There we go. Okay, that's better. 23 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Crusher. And I will have advantage. When you score critical that deals bludgeoning damage to a creature, attack rolls against the creature are made with advantage until the start of my next turn.
You got it.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, so
And that's for everybody gets advantage on it.
yes.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
So just
So-
cracking it under the chin to like leave it discombobulated for a moment.
Horrible and wonderful. Great. Gilly, why don't you go ahead and give me a roll for Roberta, and we can see when you might pop your little bird self in here.
Oh, you don't need to worry. I rolled a 9.
Okay, yeah. Well, Marley rolled a 3, so you're still you're second to last. So
I have such a big bonus too. Like it's the dice are not with me.
that's okay. Mochi, it is your turn. Both of these forest prowlers are looking pretty rough at this point. What would you like to do?
I will. Marley's also looking pretty rough, right? Not just the forest prowlers.
I believe Marley has taken some damage. Yes.
Some. She's fine, honestly.
She's fine. Perfect. In that case, I will bonus action move my duplicate. 5, 10, 15. The forest prowler is turned towards Marley, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Because then I'm just going to stand behind it again. Not leaving its threatened range, so I shouldn't get an AOO. It keeps working really, really well, so we're just gonna inflict wounds. Inflict wounds is fine. Like, it's just a little greedy death glow. Does the advantage go on spell attacks as well, or is it just melee attacks?
I'm not sure. Does it specify, Christian?
Is it just attacks?
For
Because then it
flank.
just
It just says attack rolls.
all attacks.
I don't think we're on the same creature.
That is true.
Yeah, we're not fighting the same.
Oh, we're on
one
the
that
other,
Argus
That's
is.
true.
right?
Okay.
I'm
But
on
we
the
do-
bigger one.
We are
Yeah,
flanking
thank you for pointing that
though.
out, Liz. That's true. So you would get advantage that way.
Yeah, we're flanking.
Oh, there's the big bird. I need to zoom in. Hang on. Here it is.
And yes, Gilly should be able to pull your token now and place it on the map. I imagine you're coming from the north of this map, so if you would like to place yourself on your turn, we can do that.
A 22 to hit.
22 definitely hits.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful. Hang on, that's D8. I need a D10. It's D10. That is a very mediocre roll. That is 15 points of damage.
15 is exactly how many hit points it had left. How would you like to finish off?
Yeah.
How would you like to finish
well-
off this forest prowler?
I mean, there were jokes in chat about how no creature wants their tail near duplicate Mochi, so we're just gonna have the duplicate. When it says move, I just imagine it disappearing where it used to be and appearing where I want it to be. And then there's just two little raccoon paws that go like this, make a little green glow, and then they go like this. And then the forest prowler just suddenly dies. It's really weird. There's a little black spot somewhere, or a really big black spot. Maybe some black veins kind of popping out. It's fine.
That's horrible. That's okay. Well, let me go ahead and that one's dead. There we go. All right. Mochi, anything else for your turn?
I'm gonna move myself a little further away from the big scary thing. I'm just gonna stand next to my duplicate. She's doing very well.
Okay. It is the forest prowler's turns. I should say. There's the singular. The one that's been fighting with Argus, having seen its companion felled, has renewed vigor and is going to make its 3 attacks on Argus. So these are 2 claw attacks, 2 bite attacks at this point.
And it has its negative 1d4 because it is baned.
Correct. So
Such a good spell.
First one does not hit. Second one might. Let's subtract that d4. Actually, Shadow, do you want to roll the d4 for me? And we can subtract. Yeah, we'll subtract that from whatever they might be.
It was a 1.
Okay. So 1 claw attack does hit. That is 19. That's a 19 on the die. I don't think a d4 is gonna matter on that one. Okay. And then 2 bite attacks, because those were well above 20 on those. Okay, so Argus, you are going to take. Oh, can I combine all this? I can combine all this. Good. Okay. So we're gonna do 5d8 damage plus stuff. So it's 10 plus 5, 15. 15, 23, and 33. Okay, 33 points of piercing and slashing damage to you, as this forest prowler is like trying to get through you to get to the creature on the other side.
I'm out.
Okay, you're down.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah.
Okay. Then it is going to use its movement to get to Marley, then having essentially jumping over Argus, and it is going to get one more attack as it pounces. So Marley, I need
real quick, as it goes past Voldemort and Argus, I'm going to use my reaction to spores it.
Okay, cool. Is that what damage does that do?
Spores, it is 1d4. Hey, all counts, right? 1d4.
1d4.
Hey, it's 4. Just 4 damage.
All right. And then Marley, I need a DC 14 strength saving throw, please.
Oh, that is not gonna make it. That's a solid 10.
Okay. So you go prone, and it goes to take claw attack on you, with that advantage. That is nat 20. So even with the D4, I think the nat 20 still stands. So Marley, you are going to take 1 dice. I have so little room on my desk. One day I will clean this desk. You are going to take, what is that? That's so 20 points of slashing damage. That is doubled already.
Oh, wait. So 20?
Yes, it was 10 originally, so it is 20 after it is doubled.
Okay. If Marley were on her feet, this would be one of those moments where she's like doing one of these, and there's like little cuckoo birds floating around her head. We've got hit points. So it's fine, but just, it's, we're rough. It's great. It's not my turn now, is it?
It is not. I'm sorry. I also forgot to mute myself. That is it for their turns. Volderol, it is your turn.
Cool. First thing I'm going to do is nip over. Now, Argus is down and Marley is looking bad.
Correct.
Okay, so before I head over, I'm going to heal up Argus. Going to toss some quick healing word for 8 damage. 8 damage. 8. I shout mean things at Argus and give him 8 damage.
True that say. No, there you go.
You get so far in the negatives, it just wraps back around. Yeah. You give 8 anti-damage to Argus. Yes.
Yep. So yeah, I run past Argus and I go, "Come on, man, let's get in the fight," and keep moving towards this guy.
Walk it off. All right.
And then I'm going to shoot in see if I get over to here, I think.
Okay. All right.
I remember everyone still has advantage on this thing.
Oh, sweet.
Not the end of my next turn yet, technically.
All right. Volderol, anything else for your turn?
No, I used my reaction already, so I've simulated seed. I've brought Argus back up, and I'm just hanging out behind this guy. What exactly? Because I didn't see him. So what exactly are we facing off with here?
So these are forest prowlers. They are essentially like cougars or panthers, just like big cats plus a size category. So like horse-sized cougars.
Okay.
They have little horns, almost like antlers, that come up from above their brow, and just like big talons, big teeth. You can tell from like their coat, they have a very thick coat that's been starting to turn white. So they're starting to adapt to the changing, like the winter that's been here forever.
Right.
But they're also incredibly emaciated in the sense that like they probably would not have attacked you normally, but you look close enough to food at this point.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
It was worth the risk.
The fact that you've now described what size they are into something that I understand means that I hate them even more. Thank you for that.
You don't want a horse-sized cougar?
I really, really don't, actually.
Yeah, anytime I think about that, I always think about I'm so grateful that horses aren't carnivores, because it would be a nightmare.
You'll bite enough as it is.
Yeah, honestly. Clarence, it is your turn.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. All right. Argus is fine.
Argus is, yeah. 8
Yeah.
points of
yeah.
fine.
He's up.
8 points are fine. That's 6 more points than Marley. Oh gosh. Okay. And is this prowler looking like rough, or is it like having a good day?
I almost made a Tony the Tiger. It's not great. So in the span of, on a scale of like 1 to 75, it's sitting at like a 26,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Casual. Okay.
Yeah, lower than half.
Okay. All right. Clarence knows Clarence cannot take that out. Okay. So we're gonna do a thing. You know what? We're gonna give catapult a try again.
All right.
So let's grab a nice piece of ice between 1 to 5 pounds and lob it at this prowler.
Yeah, like the center, there's an acorn or like a pine cone that's just been like covered in ice. It's
yeah, that sounds like a very deadly weapon, actually.
Like fragmentation grenade.
Okay, yeah. So so it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Is it minus a D4 from this as well?
Yeah.
It is a saving throw, yeah. Yeah, so go ahead and roll me that D4 shadow.
Just Clarence going, frag out, and throwing him an acorn.
That's a 2 on the D4.
Okay. So it only got a 6 then. So
yes! Oh my gosh. The ice pine cone hits
Get
it and explodes. I like to think it hits it in time quarters because it's coming from behind. All right, so
sure.
I need to roll for Demalios. That's 8
bludgeoning damage it's gonna
Okay.
take as the pine cone collides with it. And then as a bonus action, we're gonna use some healing word for our lovely friend Marley, who's currently underneath the thing.
Is Marley down?
Marley is
No,
prone, but
she's
not.
prone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Prone,
So
yeah.
down in a sense, but yeah.
Mhm.
So that's 7 HP for Marley.
Okay. All right. Anything else for your turn, Clarence?
Clarence is just gonna blow like a wet raspberry at it, and then is just gonna shift towards our friend over here.
Yeah, the raspberry like it freezes a little bit on your little bunny lips, but
no.
yeah.
Oh, no.
The
Fur
concept
gets
is
a little
there.
crusted.
Yeah. All right. Well, you all see that you have an extra person in this mix, as if any of you were looking towards north, which I'm not sure any of you are, your enemy is to the south, so this might be a surprise. Maybe just Mochi out of the corner of your eye. You see, Gilly, would you like to describe your character?
Yes. I am a nimbloom, so think hummingbird. And I am like the fluffiest hummingbird you have ever did see.
Oh my God.
And I think I'm like bundled up to an extent. I have like like a nice little hummingbird scarf on, and a little hat. And this is Roberta, aka Bobby, who is kind of fluttering around a little agitatedly at what's happening. It's kind of like when a dog sees that something is happening but doesn't quite know what to do about it, and so is looking for I'm an adult, but I need an adultier
Just jumping
adult.
around the edge of the battle kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And I think she looks at this creature and says, okay, I can do it. And points her beak, and I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt at level 2. No, I'm sorry. I changed my plan. I apologize. I'm casting Shatter, but
Okay.
I'm changing the type of damage from the thunder damage to fire damage. And so instead of like a crack of thunder, there's like the of like when a fire blazes.
Oh, nice.
And it just kind of radiates out from behind. I would obviously aim it so none of these people get hurt except the one that I want to be hurt. That would be a poor way to make friends. So I think that's a saving throw for you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. It's
is that Dex or
Constitution.
Constitution? Okay.
Constitution.
All right. So got a +2 to their con. So that is a 15, but also Shadow. Do you want to roll that D4 for me? 2. Okay, so takes away that +2, so a 13.
Yes. My DC is 15, so that worked out well.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm gonna roll 3d6 fire damage. That is 12 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And I think Roberta flaps like 15 feet closer and says, "Don't worry, I'll help."
Not gonna say no. Is it better
So
small?
you will.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm very
Nimbloom are
small.
like, yeah.
Cool.
And you can see,
Probably the smallest member of your party so far.
Excellent.
and I don't know how windy it is, but like there is a high probability that if it is windy, she's having a little trouble. Like
Just doing figure eights in the air, saying,
yeah, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah, not a strong wind at this point, but yeah, she's doing a little hover. Okay, well, Marley, it is your turn. I'm not sure. Gosh, I'm wondering who would actually see this. you just had a fire spell cast right in front of you as you were prone. As the flame shatter dissipates, you find yourself standing.
Oh, okay.
Facing off against this very injured creature, with this voice in your head urging you just to finish it, to end this. And it is your turn. And you have advantage on your attack.
Okay.
Thanks, Argus.
Okay, fantastic. Marley kind of stands up and, well, I guess she's standing, and she kind of shakes her head at the disorientation of just randomly finding herself on her feet. And heeds the voice. She puts her hands out and casts Burning Hands and just lights it up.
Is that a saving throw or is that an attack roll?
That, I believe.
Just saving throw, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, dexterity saving throw.
Shadow, you want to give me that roll?
Another 2.
Okay. So it got a 4 then.
Oh, shoot. Okay. That's 13 fire damage.
This thing had 4 hit points left. How much fire damage is... You tell me what this looks like, Liz.
I mean, oh god, it just explodes in flames, just like a column of fire that goes out like as quickly as it ignites. It's more like maybe like a backdraft kind of sort of thing where it just flares up and sucks back in, and it's just toasted.
Like instant cremation.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You all see your friend Marley completely immolate your enemy, this cat, and you are out of combat.
That was so good.
Thanks for the save. I'm vulnerable. You are.
Oh, it wasn't me. It was your friend. But
Oh
hello.
no, I know that Marley's got some explaining to do. I'm looking at Marley and looking at this like toasted monster.
That was really quite impressive. I'm Bobby.
Sorry, it's good to meet you.
Roberta.
I shake your whole body as I'm shaking your hand.
It's so nice to meet you. I don't usually find so many people out here. Do you do this often?
Well, I hope not. Come meet the others.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna Voldor's gonna give Marley like a definite questioning look, but knowing what Marley's like, not gonna ask anything right now. So just gonna bring this new person over to the others.
Are Argus and Marley still looking not great? Because I'll throw some healing around while they're talking.
Probably wouldn't hurt. They're both, I think, in the under 10 roughly around.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Double single. Okay. In that case, I can cure wounds and upcast it. I'll upcast 2 cure wounds. So we'll give Marley, I cannot do math, 19 hit points. And we'll give Argus, please don't roll crap now. We'll think of our favorites. 13 hit points for Argus. And that is me out of 2nd level spells. It's fine, we'll sleep soon.
Well, considering it is
how about
6,
an 8-hour nap?
considering it's episode 6, for anybody who might be joining, and for Gilly's sake, why don't you go ahead and go around and describe your characters in brief. So Christian, if you don't mind, what will we see with Argus?
Yeah,
you don't have
sure.
to describe the injuries, but yeah.
Yeah, sure. Argus
Arterial
is
bleed.
it's just bleh. Besides the blood, Argus is a strig based off of a great horned owl. He stands about 5'6", very stocky, very, very big and imposing. Like he's got like a lumberjack's build. His feathers are unkempt and are a mix of like dark brown and golden pumpkin orange. He, all intents and purposes, he looks like a bandit. And he certainly stands out amongst the rest of the adventurers in this group. He wears heavy wraps of cloth and furs. You can assume collected from a bunch of travels. And he looks fucked up right now, but he doesn't look like hampered or he's out of breath. He looks fucked up without acting it. Really, I think it's the best way to describe him.
Yeah, love that.
He also has a big old maul. He's standing up. He stamps down and stands up to his full height.
I think Roberta flutters over and immediately looks at ease closer to Strig, and kind of settles in the grass and says, "I'm glad you're feeling better."
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. It sucks that I went down, but
Argus, isn't it?
yes, that is correct.
You're very tall.
Thank you. You're very compact.
Yes, that's what my family always says.
It's nice to meet you. Thanks for the assist. I didn't hear.
I
'cause
mean,
I was kind of unconscious.
I was there and I thought it was better to do something because, if I was alone, I wouldn't want, to be eaten. That would be counterproductive.
It would be. Got things to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have
thank
a
you for
test
the
tomorrow.
assist. You have a test.
They won't let me out of it just because I got eaten.
That sounds like a harsh educational system.
While this conversation is going on, I think Marley's probably scooting a little bit closer to Mochi and just kind of like taking in the visual appearance of like how Mochi's doing on her face, like how her face is reacting to this.
And be aware there are 2 Mochis still technically,
Yes.
so double the eye twitches. Volderol, why don't you go ahead and describe yourself since you kind of made the introduction to Bobby.
Sure, yeah. Voldor is he's a mop-up, he's a possum. As a druid, he is covered in wraps, vines, but mostly you notice a lot of mushrooms, especially as he comes out of his symbiotic entity form, which he kind of shrinks down as the mushrooms fall off him. He looks older, probably a little bit older than Marley, perhaps. Definitely one of the oldest of the group. And he's covered from his feet up to his knees in a protective layer of dirt that keeps the snow and cold off. He's got a staff as well, which again at the top of it has a couple of large mushrooms. Many of them definitely not suitable for eating. Most of them definitely not suitable for eating. And go.
No, go ahead.
No, he comes over and watches with amusement as somebody tiny just chats to Arcus like they're buds.
Yeah, she looks very at ease with it, and she turns to you and says, "The insulation is very smart. Keeps the cold off. I wish I could do that, but if I get dirt in my feathers, it's just impossible to get it out."
No, I've heard that. But see, the trick is you want to try and get like really slick dirt, keep it wet all the time.
Like mud?
Yeah, like mud, but like some people say worse. I like to say more youthful, really slippery, wet mud. Just get it right in there, and when you're done, you shake it all off. It's great.
I will take note of
Yeah,
that.
if you need a hand getting covered in mud, Let me know later. I'll
I
sort
will,
you out.
sir. You will be the first to know.
Excellent, excellent. And he pats their shoulder and moves on to check out these beasts and see how the others are doing.
I was going to ask if Mochi can pick up the mushrooms that fell off of Volderol as he was shrinking back down and just prestidigitate them clean and put them in a bag.
No,
Or
I
actually,
think
Mochi's
they like because so we don't make it so it's like it's something you can eat all the time. They kind of like just like immediately wither. They kind of
they go to
Okay.
spores. Sad.
yeah. Plus, you can't eat these. I'm not good.
I wasn't gonna eat them. I was gonna feed them to other people. But fine, be that way.
I was gonna poison them with other
Yeah.
Hey, and I thank you so much for not having, not making me deal with that. That was great. Marley, why don't you go ahead and describe yourself, then we'll do Clarence, and then I think Bobby might have a specific note about Mochi, I would imagine. But
yeah, so Marley's kind of sidled over to Mochi, and she's like using the edge of her cloak to kind of clean her sword off, and scrambling around for the crossbow that she dropped in the snow at the beginning of the fight. So picking that back up and kind of tucking it away somewhere. But she is a Gerbine, who is a squirrel folk. So she's one of the older ones in the group. She's about 30. She's just looking a little rough, but like in the just like, man, I'm so tired sort of way, as opposed to like physical health sort of thing, but just like, I'm tired.
Existentially injured rather than
existential crisis for sure. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with Marley at the moment. She's got a lot going on.
I think that Bobby dips a wing to you, just like a little, it's nice to meet you.
Marley kind of just waves and nudges Mochi with her shoulder.
Clarence, what would Bobby see when she saw you?
So Clarence is a lupu, which is like a rabbit folk. And Clarence has this big old, like very warm looking cloak that has this nice pattern on it, and then has this big flowing scarf with all these stars on it. Clarence is looking pristine right now, having taken none damage.
Oh yeah, no damage club. High five.
Yeah, way to rub it in.
No damage buddies.
Give me a tally of every one of you that brags about that.
And Clarence's cloak right now almost looks like feathers-ish. But not quite. But it has like that texture to it. Clarence is preening themselves right now. Just kind of fixing their frozen whiskers and maybe a little prestidigitation to warming up the paws and everything like that. If you were looking close enough, you probably would see on Clarence's little satchel a little pin that is the emblem of the avium. Only if you were looking close enough, though. And Clarence is just gonna stand by themselves in the middle of this clearing, just kind of waiting for the group to move on.
And lastly, Bobby, I think your eyes might have locked on Mochi, maybe even passed by Mochi at first, because Mochi does look so familiar that it's kind of like, oh, I already know you already. And then it takes a second and you realize, oh no, this is somebody that just looks very, very similar to someone that you see almost every single day.
There's two of me though.
There's two, yeah, there's extra two of somebody you see every single day.
Mochi and Mochi's twin. I never heard of your twin. What is your name? And Roberta will turn to the one that she thinks is the twin.
Which one do you think is the twin?
I have no idea.
Fair enough.
Let's say
Pick a Mochi, any Mochi.
I pick the right Mochi.
The right Mochi. That's the real Mochi.
Hello.
Hi, actual Mochi. That's technically not a twin. She's a duplicate. It's magic.
Oh, do that too.
I
And she
mainly
casts,
use
mirror
her to
image.
hurt people. Oh, do you hurt people with your mirror images?
I don't.
Oh, how uncreative.
Voldemort is frowning so hard at this sentence.
I think Bobby looks very confused by what is happening.
But I didn't tell you my name, and I don't think any of the others told you my name. So hi, how do you know my name?
Oh, you're forgive me. I should have said this first. I'm a student of your mother's, and she's my favorite teacher.
Yep, that tracks.
I've learned so much from her.
So have I.
She's so
And
smart.
yet here
well,
we
of
are.
course you have. I mean, it's even better for you because you got to experience her for your whole life, you know?
I think
It's sort of like half of it. It's sort of a split custody thing with my dad.
Oh.
I think like everybody in the party is doing one of these, like the vocal tennis, like just watching back and forth.
Wait,
Did you come to visit? I'm sure she'll be delighted to see you.
Oh, wow. Twice in one sentence. No, and probably no.
Oh, you're not visiting.
We're stopping by, but I'm not specifically visiting my mother. We're on a mission.
So it's a secret mission.
Also didn't say that, but it makes it sound more exciting, so yes, let's make it a secret
A
mission.
secret mission. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
That's so exciting.
It is very exciting.
Are you all secret agents?
Well, if we were, we couldn't tell you, duh.
You're so right. Oh my goodness.
face palming in the background.
Well,
I'm just enjoying Derek's face at this point.
Yeah. Actually,
Gilly,
probably-
please use your safety cards if you need them. Like,
Oh, I'm good.
okay, I know.
I chose these spells on purpose.
Yeah. Jesus.
Bobby, what are you doing out here on your own, though?
Oh, well, I went for a little flap just to kind of clear my head. You know, I was studying all day. I had to copy so many spells over, and it was
Right.
just, it's, you know, with the tests coming up, and it helps me relax, you know? Just to have a
No.
little flap about.
Oh, I mean, obviously, also, and he looks down at like his hand, his paws, goes, "No, I don't know, but I get your meaning."
Well, I had to kind of learn study habits because my family is one of those families where they're just really good at magic naturally and they don't have to study. And so I have to sit and buckle down. But you know, it can be hard and you need to take study breaks. That's what everybody tells me. So I'm trying to be better about taking study breaks and going for a little flap. And I found you all. So, you know, it was all worthwhile.
Can't deny. Actually, it wouldn't be bad if you could take us back to anywhere warm, maybe with some food. That'd be nice.
Of course. I mean,
Place
do
where
you
we can
want...
sell this and holds up the what was it? The
Are we taking that with us?
I mean, it could sell for parts, coat,
yeah, that's true. Actually,
Spell ingredients.
smell ingredients. Yeah, look at that.
you know what? Fair play. Let's get some bits.
Back the whole thing. Yeah.
Just gonna direct the whole thing.
Perfect.
All right.
Bobby, speaking of your test, I can help quiz you along the way. I'm Clarence.
That would be so amazing. You're
Yeah.
so kind.
Okay, really quick. Name 6 evocation spells. Go.
Burning Hands.
Uh-huh.
Shatter. Fireball. I don't know that one yet, but Fireball. Thunder Wave. Well, there's I think Mouse Minute Meteors. That one I don't know yet. It's and then Oh my goodness! I read about this spell called Meteor Swarm, and it sounds really fun.
Like
I love the
about
visual of this cute conversation whilst like Argus, Marley, and Voldemort cutting up these animals behind them to carry off to try and sell somewhere.
like about halfway through the mini quiz exchange, Marley's gonna lean over to Mochi and just go, not fast enough.
No, right? I was faster at 4 a.m. this morning.
Shit talk this child out.
Isn't she already a member?
Mochi will also be helping cut up these things, though, because she got really great bits from the past things they killed. So Mochi wants to see if there's more good stuff in these things, because
Oh, sounds
there
good.
are
Hold that
still
leg there.
schematics floating around in Mochi's little head, and she needs a few more weird parts.
All right, hold that leg up. Like, just pull it, stretch. Okay.
Like this? Over?
Yeah, great. All right, August, chop that one off and we should be all right.
Yeah, the squelching and cracking of,
Yeah.
of the vivisection behind.
stuff
Yeah,
off.
Can I have some of the cartilage?
I mean,
you can't cut a tendon with a maul. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a
Um,
mace.
watch
I
me,
have a
God.
mace.
I only got like a
Guidance.
little dagger. Who's got like a decent sword? I think Marley hung with a sword, right?
Yeah.
All right, Marley, get in here on this tendon.
Look, you've all decided to get covered in the blood of dead animals before you go to meet Marley's mom. Or Mochi's mom, sorry. Okay. So yes, if you are vivisecting this animal, please give me a medicine check if you're being careful about it. If not, we could call this just survival if you're trying to just, get hunks of meat.
Can I push for a nature check if I'm?
Yeah, I can see nature. That works.
Hey,
Since would this be the help action since we're all doing it together?
I guess if you have a specific goal in mind, like Mochi's trying to get parts. If you're going to just be helping Mochi, I'll give Mochi advantage on medicine roll.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
Bobby can help if it's medicine.
I mean, I
Like,
can't.
with
I
this
can't
nature, I
shy
got
away from an
Clarence.
RP opportunity
Bobby's
for that.
being quizzed by
let's-
Clarence.
let's get in. Let's get
I
in
will
here.
guidance myself.
Let's everybody. Let's make it a good old team building session of cutting up this animal.
Yeah.
There's 2 animals. We can make little subgroups.
Well, one is dust. So.
Yeah, one's been
That's true.
One
Yeah.
got
If I've
dusted.
learned
Yeah,
anything
which we
from
do talk
Baldur's
about
Gate
later.
is that you need ashes for everything in alchemy.
That's a valid point.
Apparently.
It's a valid
Apparently.
You're
point.
just gonna scoot those ashes into
Yeah,
little
just feel like
baggies
a
as
nice
well.
broom.
Like
mix
a
it with the
phoenix.
snow.
Yes. A little dustpan.
Yeah,
A little magical dustpan.
Yeah.
I think while
Uh,
I was just going to say real quickly while we're hacking away at these, I just want to look at Marley, and it's not a secret because everyone saw her do it. It's like, so that was new.
Marley doesn't say anything. She just gives you a sideways look and keeps working.
See, that would be fine to keep stum if everyone didn't see a 10-foot pillar of fire immolate the other one.
That was so cool, though.
Nothing.
Silent treatment means they don't want to say anything.
No, that means you have to keep. That means you have to keep going.
Keep it to the chest.
Pretty sure that's what that means. That's what Clarence always says.
I get it, but if we're going to work together on this, and you can do that.
So having gotten the parts that you need, you are able to get claws, teeth, again, these things were pretty emaciated, so some meat. It's probably going to be a little gamey. There's a reason we don't eat big cats. But yeah, the horns, tendons. If that. So, go ahead. What's up?
Yeah, no. I rolled for medicine, and I rolled with advantage because Volderol's holding stuff up while Marley cuts, which gives me a 26.
Okay.
And I already have some excellent tendons, so we're currently looking for because these had large horns, right?
Yes, this was the
Are they kinda
larger.
curved, kinda?
Well, this was the smaller ones. So we're talking early fall.
Mochi's
kind of.
3'4". I'm gonna assume
Large
To
to
mochi, they'll be large. Yeah.
Yeah, these aren't like elk antlers, but they are large to mochi. Like mochi could reasonably use these if detached from the skull as daggers. They are that size.
Okay. And how large are the claws?
Claws also pretty big. Big paws.
Okay. In that case, I would like the horns, please.
Okay.
Because we're looking
you
for
have the horns?
big things. Yes, thank you.
Like honestly, you could probably make weapons out of like the claws if you wanted to make some sort of like oh fuck, what's his name from Soul Calibur with the it's also a V name. Voldo.
So with all the things
Voldo,
Mochi has been
yeah.
gathering so far with the tendons and the extra and because so far a lot of things have been attacking from above. Mochi's basically plotting some kind of land to air catapult trebuchet crossbow larger than I am kind of weaponry.
Yeah, anti-air artillery, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes,
I love
that is what Mochi is planning on making. That's why I needed the tendons, because you have to make a really good drawstring if you're going land to air.
That's true. We could absolutely figure if Mochi wanted to make a sling or anything along those lines. We're definitely getting towards it. Okay. All right. If we want to make machines of war,
yes,
siege weapons, we could.
Yes.
If
my mother doesn't love me, I will make my father proud.
Okay. Having gathered everything that you need, leaving quite a bit of blood in the snow, a bit of it yours, most of it other animals, and having met Bobby, what is the plan? It is cold out here too. Like the wind isn't blowing too hard, but it's it's been winter for 5 years. It's not like the temperature is super high.
I can take you back now if you'd like. Do we need to like? It's a secret mission, so should we like sneak it or?
I guess we'll pretend I'm visiting Mom.
Well, Mochi,
Subterfuge.
you can always go in through the side entrance with everybody else, and I'll go in through the front.
I mean, I can start with the side entrance.
Sorry,
There's also.
Oh, go on.
No, go ahead. I'm
going to whisper because I don't want to spoil Mochi's plans here. I'm just going to whisper to Clown and be like, "Wait, is this a secret mission? I don't know why we're taking the side entrance."
I just suggest
we can't trust Umber. Remember?
But yeah, we can't trust Umber.
We can't tell them why we're actually there.
There might be some people who don't want to be seen inside the avium.
Sure.
And also, there's like,
Voldo turns around and goes, I could have sworn I was being subtle, Mochi, but okay.
Are you okay?
I'm having a small seizure.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I will do a medicine check.
Thank you. I feel much better already.
Roberta, as you go to put up a little winged hand on backwards on Mochi's forehead to check for a fever, you actually receive a sending message that appears in your mind, and it is the voice of Sutton Brightstream as she says, "Roberta, please bring my daughter and all of her companions to my office immediately. Don't let them do anything stupid."
Oh no.
Oh, well, I have bad news about the secret mission. I think your mother knows you're here. She just asked me to bring you.
Beautiful.
To her office.
Absolutely beautiful.
Well, I didn't tell her.
No, I'm not blaming you.
Well, she knows that you're here, but she may not know that we're here.
Well, she said and friends.
Yes, but how
Did you
many
say how
friends?
many friends?
I do. Sending does have a character limit.
But you can reply to the message and ask a question.
You
can. Do you know how many friends your daughter has?
Thank
you. Bring all 5. Watch out for the rabbit. They're sketchy.
5 friends.
Oh, well, that includes you, Roberta, so I'm free to do what I want.
We're friends? Oh. We should go.
Okay. If anyone is deviating from this plan, please let me know. But I presume you all decide to follow Bobby as you all travel towards the avium, which I should know, as this kind of the fog has lifted in this time, and you can finally see the avium laid out before you. It is massive. It is almost as large as the Alderheart itself. Not a living tree. The avium is a tree that is petrified in centuries past. And while it does have the central structure and branches on this wood that has turned near to stone, with these massive gates and several windows that you can see, and small little dots that you think might actually be students traversing from branch to branch. You also see that hovering around it are large orbs, like bubbles, which seem to have biomes within them, buildings. One of them, from your vantage point, almost seems to have a desert. Another one, like an oceanside lighthouse. There's a verdant forest in one of them. It is probably the first time that you have seen that level of green in years. And as you all traverse towards those large gates to enter the avium, some of you for the first time, some of you, this is, whatever number it happens to be. We are going to go ahead and take our break. I will also note for our audience that after this fight, you will get to level up to level 6. No, you level up by 2, so that's level 6, right? Yes. Okay, yes. It is level 6. Okay. Yeah. So you'll get to level up to level 6, and while the party decides on what they're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and announce that we're going to do giveaway when we get back for a t-shirt from Fauna and Flora International. Again, if you check out in chat, you can look at their shop, pick out something you might like. We will come up with a way to enter during break. And as always, you can also donate to the wonderful cause of Fauna and Flora and impact this game at any time. So stick around, folks. We'll be back in about 10 to 15. Hail, honored humble folk. Welcome back to Humblewood, the Unwelcome Winter. We've had a lovely discussion on break about leveling up. I'm going to leave it to my players whether they want to reveal if they've multi-classed, reveal what kind of stuff they got. Maybe we'll just find out kind of, as we go along. But some really interesting conversations. Before we jump back in, I do want to emphasize a couple of things. Again, this game specifically is in support of Fauna and Flora International. We are going to do a giveaway. I will have Eva think of a good word that we will put in chat, but check out chat for a way to enter that giveaway and win a free t-shirt. It is not a specific design, it is not a specific size. Do be aware that we are collecting an email. We will send the email to the representative I've been in contact with, Fauna and Flora. He will collect everything after all the giveaways are done and mail you the shirt, which will likely come from the UK. The shop is UK based, so bear all that in mind when you do enter. And as always, you can support this game and support a great cause of Fauna and Flora by donating to our Tiltify. You do not have to donate to enter the giveaway. But also do be aware that if you do donate, you can impact this game, but also any donations are done in British pounds, so there is a conversion. Also, because I say this more often, we are an affiliate of Greenleaf Geek Dice, so if you are looking for a new dice set or maybe some tabletop accessories or some cool art or some pins or just so many things, you can head over to Greenleaf Geek and check out all the stuff that she has in her shop and use code sword and key, all caps, with underscores in between the words for 10% off your purchase online. All right, let's jump back into things. So our party has made a new friend, more or less, friend to most of you, maybe one frenemy among you. As you all head towards the avium, again, this massive tower of a petrified tree, like a small city in and of itself, a fortress where the bark has hardened into stone, and it has, in this wintry landscape with the mountains kind of set far off in the distance behind it, it almost blends in a sort of way because the petrified wood is white and stone-like set against the snow-capped mountains. But again, what probably catches your eye the most are these floating orbs, these bubbles with full biomes within them, with buildings inside of them that are hovering and rotating around the exterior of the tree itself. Not really connected by branches, but mostly it seems like bird folk are the ones that traverse most carefully by kind of soaring over. And every now and then you can spot what seems to be a bridge or maybe a magical connection too, for those humble folk who can't necessarily fly over or glide over, rather. But before you are large set of gates, very ornately decorated, carved into the wood themselves, carved out of the tree itself. And as you approach, they open for you, and you feel this just gust of warm air come from the inside. We're going to head and kind of walk through. We're going to cut to Mochi's mom's office, unless any of you had other plans along the way. Okay. So you traverse through the main room, the foyer, into this welcoming area, this large open space that is just decadent in every way. It has marble floors, gold inlay, geometric patterns that have kind of been incorporated into the wood itself. There are columns. This place is ancient. It is well kept, and it just has that kind of thrum of magic. Like, those of you who are magically inclined can kind of like feel it, like electricity a little bit on your skin, like the hair on your arms, should you have hair, stands up just a little bit. You travel up a set of stairs that circle around the tree. You can see that there are multiple rooms, there are lifts, there are, much like the Alderheart, just full communities, and everywhere you see students dressed very similarly to Bobby. Maybe not as warmly dressed, because it is warm in here, but with these student robes and these different colored stoles that they wear over on either side of their chest, that indicate different schools of magic that they are learning as well. And a lot of bird folk here, some humble folk as well, but bird folk seem to be much more common at the avium. And Bobby leads you upwards. You get on a lift, you pass by students, professors, other members of academia who are easily distinguished from the students. Their robes seem to have much more regalia to them. You pass by classrooms where you can overhear entire, classrooms that are full of students that are trying to learn new spells, that are going over the intricacies of arcania and how a spell is crafted in its verbal and somatic and material components, and what you would need for that, the hand motions, the words that you can use to bend the weave of spellcraft to your will. And finally, you reach some of the upper echelons of the avium, these offices that are darker, but definitely probably the most decadent that you have seen. This is made from the darkest wood at the top of the tree, probably what began to petrify perhaps first, almost a char to it in a way as well, that you're not sure where that necessarily came from. Again, with gold inlay, adamantine inlay to the stairs, the banisters, the archways. And Bobby seems to know the way very, very well. This is perhaps a very well-traveled pathway that she has taken. And before long, you find yourselves in an office with a large window that you are facing, a desk in front of it. And behind that desk, between it and the window, is a femme-presenting Mopak, who looks very familiar. This is Mochi, if Mochi had a couple more decades on her, and was much more focused on how she presented herself to others. There is a stiffness where Mochi might slouch. There is a tightened jaw where Mochi can be a bit talkative. Her hands are behind her back where Mochi might talk with her hands. And you all would see Archmage Sutton Brightstream, Archmage of the Avium.
Professor, I brought them to you, to your office, like you asked.
Thank you, Roberta. I very much appreciate your obedience in that.
You're welcome.
Mochi,
Mother.
it's very nice to see you.
You're looking well.
So are you. You didn't write that you were coming this way.
I kind of figured I'd be here before any letter got here. I told Dad I was coming here.
Right, poor planning. No matter.
One could call it no planning, actually.
I knew you were coming anyway. It's all right. Welcome to you and your friends. Welcome back, I should say. Mochi, Clarence, to the Avium. Welcome to the rest of you. Please take it in. This might be the only time you get the chance.
I've
been working.
No, go on.
I've been working with Mochi every night on studying for the entrance exam.
And like looking at Clarence talking about Mochi with Mochi in the room. And is Mochi doing any better, Clarence?
Mochi improves greatly every day.
Does Clarence believe that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Clarence was helping me study on the way over here.
Oh, that's
Clarence
very
is
sweet.
amazingly helpful.
Yes. Truly a student we would love to have back at the Avium whenever you're ready, Clarence.
So sad you couldn't keep them here. One would
That's
consider
all
to
right.
fill your faculty.
Well, your professors still talk all about you, and we're sure that as soon as you're done with your little road business, that you'll come to your senses and come back.
Oh, that's actually kind of the reason that we're here. Honestly, I have a little bit of research that I thought the library could help me with.
Yes, certainly. We can grant you permission to the library. That shouldn't be a problem at all. What sort of research are you looking to do, Clarence?
It's a little bit of a theory I've been looking into about elemental magic.
Ah, all right. Well, I was kind of hoping for chronomancy or graviturgy or perhaps even evocation, but sure. I guess elemental magic sort of funnels into evocations. That's fine. Certainly, I'm sure we have some picture books on that.
Elemental magic is one of the fundamental building blocks of evocation magic.
Very well done, Roberta. Exactly as they said in class.
Tried regurgitation. Cute.
It was a tad stiff.
No shame on Roberta. I'm sure Roberta's doing as she's being
Roberta
told.
like deflates.
Yeah.
No. Absolutely no hate on Roberta.
You're
doing real good, Roberta. You're doing exactly as they're teaching you.
Mochi, I would not slam trite regurgitation. That's how I fed you when you were a baby. The rest of you,
Entirely
Roberta
correct.
will be an excellent guide for you. Clarence, I believe you should remember where the library is, but while Mochi is here, I would like to have a brief conversation with my daughter, and you all are welcome to tour the campus. Otherwise, should you ever have any magically inclined children or family members that you would like to send to the Avium.
I can wait while you talk to Mochi. Yeah. And Clarence will take a seat.
Clarence, you're excused.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry,
Come on,
Clarence. I'll tell you everything
give us
later.
you can give us a tour.
Yes, we can go. We can go past where the familiars stay.
Ugh.
Honestly, those are adorable.
I think it's gonna be great, Roberta. Let's head on out. And Clarence is if Roberta lets Clarence, they will lock arms with Roberta.
Wonderful. All right. Well,
tiny little fluffy creatures.
Mochi, as you hang back with your mother, she waves a hand and the door to her office closes. Is there anything you wanted to tell me, Mochi?
There's a lot of things I want to tell you, but I'm learning that there's a lot of things I shouldn't tell you.
That's a bit hurtful. I feel like you should be able to tell me anything.
That's fair, but also unrealistic. I can tell you one thing that might be important for you to know. We're just doing like the little ringing raccoon hands.
Mm-hmm.
Clarence has been helping me study, but not every night, because we've also been doing other things like mending cloaks and stuff. But Clarence is also right, and I am getting better at a lot of things. And now sometimes I can do proper magic, and I can heal people that have gone fully unconscious and save their lives. And then I can speak to them about important things, and they listen to me. Mother, people actually listen to me now, and I don't have to sit down and study and do as I'm told anymore. And I don't think I'm going to take another entrance exam.
She comes around the desk and kind of leans back on the front of it and starts kind of
I'm sorry.
raccooning her own hands.
I don't think I want to be here anymore. I don't think I want to be here anymore. I don't think I need to be here anymore. I think I can be great without going here. And I know you're great by going here, but I think I can be great without going here. Like, I have like 20 people who will do as I tell them.
Is Hath being kind to you?
Yes.
Good.
She's very nice. A little nicer than I thought she would be, and also okay with some things I didn't think most gods would be okay with, but so far we've been doing lots of good things.
I know. You've gotten very good with that mace and shield as well.
Yes. Also, I don't... Since I'm doing the sharing thing, because I do feel bad that I hurt your feelings by saying I can't tell you anything, I have a bit of a knack for necromancy, as it turns out.
I've noticed that.
Inflict wounds does real well. It's, yeah. But that was never on the entrance exam.
You know what I've always said about necromancy. If you can't make friends...
You have to make friends naturally. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, but it's... I can't technically make friends, but I can destroy other people's friends, and that's also worth something, I think.
Mochi, I have something I need to tell you as well, since we are in a confessing sort of mood.
Oh, please tell me it's not a sibling.
Oh, gods no. No.
Okay. Keep going.
I have watched a lot of what you've done. It is...
Creepy?
You are my child. You are my daughter. I care about you. And given the opportunity to scry, there are many times when I'm sitting in this room all by myself and you are the only thing that's on my mind. And so I check in. And I have to admit that I was not always happy with the things that I saw. But the more and more that I saw you helping people and changing lives for the better, the more and more I realized that you are right. You do not belong here. You have a different path. And I realized that I should have told you a very long time ago that I am proud of you. And I am saying that now, Mochi. I am proud of you.
That sounds sincere to me.
You can roll an insight check.
I don't know if Mochi actually believes this or if she just wants to believe it really, really badly.
If you think Mochi's being cynical, you can roll with disadvantage.
No, I don't think she's being cynical. It's one of those, am I hearing what I'm hearing? Or am I... Yeah. Alright, insight. Oh, thank God that's wisdom based. I will use one of my rerolls because that's a 2. I need to know, dice. 25.
Your mother has tears in her eyes. Her hands are no longer by her back. They are at her side with palms facing you. She is body language trying to find a way to ask for a hug when I don't think either of you can remember the last time you actually had physical contact.
Oh yeah, Mochi will go for the full body hug, forgetting she's wearing armor, maybe crushing her mother a little bit on accident, but yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, the robes get crinkled up in it, the symbol on your chest probably digs in a little bit, but she puts her hand on the back of your head and holds you tightly. And Mochi, I sometimes forget that you were born with winter, and that even in these dark times, you've never let that dissuade you or get you down. You've always been a person to try and never give up. And even in the darkest times, you've still somehow found light in those shadows, those little twinkling stars. Those, I realize, Mochi, are you. And I am proud of you. And you do not have to go here. Which is fine because tuition is a lot.
Yeah, true.
Wherever you go, Mochi, I want you to know that I will do my best to keep an eye out, and I will be cheering here for you.
Okay. I really did keep trying. I know sometimes I ducked out, or I really did keep trying.
Despite all of it,
Do you want to see? Do you want to see the schematics I'm making for a ballista?
Oh, you are your father's daughter. Yes, I would love to see your siege weapon schematics. And actually, that reminds me, she goes, kind of holds you back a little bit, walks back around her desk and opens a drawer. Your father actually sent something ahead of you, anticipating you were going to be here, so smart man that he is. It's kind of wrapped in
clever.
Cloth a little bit, and she holds it out for you to take, just about the size of your palm, probably.
Oh, my tiny little raccoon palm. I will take it and I will do that.
And what you see is symbol of an eye with like clockwork cogs behind it, and this this kind of gemstone, this clear orb set into the center. As I understand it, that is the eye of Starsight. It felt very apt. That's a little bit of me. It's a little bit of your dad. And I hope that it will help you wherever you go.
Mom?
Mochi?
Do you know about where we're going?
There are secrets that even I don't know, Mochi. I don't know what is truly in our vaults. I haven't had the stomach to go down there and discover if what you're looking for is there or not. I know that you will likely go to the mountains, and I know that I really wish you wouldn't.
We can't go to the ocean. I sink. I wear armor.
Well, and the sea serpents and all that as well, yes.
Yes. If, hypothetically, you know, like those thought experiments we do in class sometimes?
Mm-hmm.
If, hypothetically, a particular item is missing from the vault, why is the avium doing so much to cover it up? If, hypothetically.
Those at the top, those even above me, hypothetically, would likely not wish to see their power challenged. They are not the kind of individuals who like to be told that they are wrong or incorrect or have ever even made a mistake. Because to make a mistake in this line of business can often be fatal. The wrong twitch of the wrist, the wrong intonation on a syllable can result in fates worse than death. So to admit that they were blindsided, undermined, who would ever trust them again?
I mean, I would, but that's because I prefer people who don't lie.
Another reason why you don't belong here, Mochi.
Yeah, I'm starting to get that.
Academia is cutthroat.
Apparently not just academia. Before we leave, you should ask Clarence for their notes on chimeras. We fought some really funky ones. And we took them apart, like in lab.
Right. Yes, and you also encountered some animals out and about as well. Yes, if you have any sort of notes, we'll hand them over to the biology department. Go join your friends, Mochi.
Yep.
Go.
Just trying to find a way to leave without making it awkward, but I think we're kind of past that.
Yeah, you missed that point. Yep, that we were almost there.
Yeah, we were close. Maybe we'll get better at this.
Go join your friends. Go figure out what I can't and be safe. If you can, come and see me before you leave. I'm guessing that might not be the case.
I will try on the coming to see you before we leave. I, again, not that down with lying, cannot possibly promise I will be safe.
I'll keep an eye out
But
for
I
you.
will try not to make incredibly unwise decisions. And that's the compromise I can offer you.
You were always bad with the books, but you were always very wise.
Mochi is going to vanish and skedaddle around the avium looking for her friends.
All right. Well,
Give Mom one last invisible hug and then go.
it catches her off guard a little bit, little breath taken out of her, but she goes to just pat
Pour
where your
one
head
for
is.
Mochi.
Right. Bobby, where would you have led the party first? I'm happy to give options, or if
So-
you have an idea in mind.
No, we are on an art tour of this floor at the moment. And I think we're looking at a picture of something that's like deeply like it's like a forest and there's like a fairy. It's like very mythical and very cool. And Bobby is in the middle of a story. It's like, and then my family, who are strict, found me in this nest, and I was all by myself. And they said, "Well, this little ball of fluff can't stay here by herself." And so then they took me home. And well, this was kind of a long explanation for what this painting is about. But it's a fairy in a forest.
Voldemort's like finishing up, like rolling up a cigarette and goes, "Oh, so we were in a forest then?" And then lights it.
No,
It's-
I was in a tree, but the tree wasn't in a forest. It was in like a sort of glade. There's a lake, I guess. I don't know. I was very little, so I don't really remember. But my family was there for some kind of lunar festival. They're lunar sorcerers, you see. That's kind of their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a fairy in a forest. It's very pretty.
Yeah. So have you got a light there, young miss?
A light? I can do dancing lights. And she brings up
Instantly
dancing
blind Voldemort is trying to light a cigarette.
And they
No,
go around
that-
your head. Look,
yeah.
you can move.
I meant more like, it's always fine. I've probably got Flint around here somewhere. But thank you for the dancing lights. That is going to be really great all day. How long does this last?
Oh, as long as I want it to.
Great.
Just as they're about to shut off, they do catch the invisible form of Mochi, just so briefly.
So to help pan out, Marley will literally just like reach her hand out and produce a little bitty flame on the tips of her fingers.
Give Molly a look, but then goes, "Thank you," and leans down to light his smoke. And I guess at that point we didn't even notice Mochi reappearing.
Hi guys.
I was
Hey,
just
Mochi,
giving a
you were just
tour.
missing out on the art tour.
Down there, there's a portrait of a Hydra. We call him Fluffy.
There's a secret passage behind the Hydra.
Yeah.
Roberta. Roberta. Hi. Hello. Okay. So, I wasn't very nice to you because I was feeling very defensive. And that wasn't kind of me. And I would like to apologize for that. And since I have just informed my mom that I will not be taking another entrance exam because I have no intention of attending magic school at the Avium, I would like to give you all of my notebooks and flashcards.
Yes.
I don't need them anymore. They're color-coded by subject.
Oh, these are some really nice dividers. These are the high quality dividers.
I tried to buy myself happy stationery to help me study more. It didn't help. But they're really pretty and I hope you like them.
I really do, and it's okay. I mean, we all make mistakes. I'm glad that, I mean, it sounds weird to say, but I'm glad you're not coming here if you don't want to come here, because if you do,
I'm gonna be a high priestess.
Oh, that's really cool. That's gonna be so great. I have a gift for you. I think she goes into her like bag and pulls out it's like, it almost looks like a daisy chain, but it's made with like sticks. And it has like little pearlescent, like almost looked like if a raindrop was like suspended in amber. My siblings and I used to make these when we were together, because for the lunar festivals there's a big thing about like reflection and all of this, and I have this one, and and I want you to have it.
Just as a player question, because I'm just picturing the tiniest of tiny, like hummingbird sized.
Hummingbird size. It's like maybe this big, maybe a ring.
So
It's not
Mochi's gonna
magical.
Mochi's gonna wear just like a little bracelet. I think is where it fits best.
Yeah, if we're talking like official D&D sizes, Nimbloom are like halflings. So yeah, Mochi's probably closer to human or dwarf size. So yeah, definitely small for Mochi.
Yeah. We'll call the. Thank you so much. You take it with like pinched fingers, cause tiny and fragile, and just wear it as a bracelet.
Yes.
Mooncasters.
Yes, they're sorcerers. They're lunar sorcerers. It's in their blood.
That is awesome. I have a newfound respect for things related to the night sky lately.
I mean, obviously I'm adopted, so I don't have it in my blood, but you know, oh, you didn't hear that part of the story. I was found in a tree.
Yeah, she was found in a tree, yeah, but not in the forest.
Not in the forest. It was in like a clearing with a lake. Anyway, but we should go. You wanted to go to the library, right?
Yes.
Okay, we should go to the library. I wonder where it is today.
Today?
There.
Yeah. It changes.
Yeah. It doesn't like to stay put.
See, this is why I don't like the atrium.
Boulderall's like somebody's dad on a college tour, like today.
Going out of state. You should have stayed in state.
Yeah.
The tuition.
Doing private school. What's wrong with state
Ugh.
colleges?
Might
We should do
be.
community college for
Let's go to the
Humblewood.
good city college, yo.
Okay. You all traverse downwards, making your best mental notes. Actually, let's get our arcana checks from Bobby, who's leading. If anybody like Mochi or Clarence would like to help, we can give advantage on that.
I'm good
I'll
at that.
help.
I think we're
okay.
both helping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Honestly, I think what Argus has been doing since they got here is he's been looking for the route a thief would have taken to traverse this place.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
A
think
thief he knows all too well.
Mochi's note about there being a secret passage behind the Hydra painting, I imagine for both probably Argus and Marley, they were like, what? Where does it go? How does it get in here? Where does it go to?
Yeah.
Where does it come from?
Argus, could you give me a perception check? We'll kind of call this a standing perception for as you're moving through, because you are actively looking. This isn't a passive perception sort of thing.
My Arcana check is a 14.
Okay.
Is that with the help action?
With the help action. I could use a luck though. Let's use a luck.
I mean, I can roll Arcana as well. If I'm just
If you're trying again, I can give you guidance now that we're friends.
Before it was too much.
Oh, absolutely not.
Well, I only got a 16.
Well, that's much better though. Let me add the 4. Okay. So that's 19 plus 7. So that's a 26.
26. Great. Okay. And Argus, what was your perception check?
Do I get advantage because me and Marley are looking together or no?
Yes, I would grant that for sure.
All right, let me roll that then. That 19 on the die, so that's 23 total.
23. Okay. So Argus, yeah, keeping an eye out as you move along. Like there's a lot of decadence here, a lot of things that if a thief did get in, like they would strip this place bare. If they were going for just wealth. I mean, the paintings in here of previous headmasters and archmages, I mean, that alone are masterpieces that I'm sure somebody would pay for. You know, like I said, there's gold on the banisters, there's adamantine set in. You travel downwards, led by Bobby. You pass by classrooms that have like familiar storage, as Bobby noted. You know, there's people who have just random little cute little creatures. You know, somebody has an ember bat in there. Somebody has what do they call it?
This is the Tressum play area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely some Tressums, some little bird cats. Maybe there's like one little emo kid who has an imp or something. An ash snake. Yeah, actually, those are huge. Never mind. Those are not familiars.
Someone did try to bring an ash steak, but it turned out to be sort of an issue. So,
Oh, I love ash snakes.
they're great.
Yeah.
They're just not great in class, you know?
Right.
Yeah, that's why we can't use the classrooms in the North Wing anymore. They burned it down. Yeah.
Barbecued ash snake isn't bad.
I really
it's
love
already
how we're
previously cooked.
creating all of this random lore for the avium. Just
This was
like,
my
the
goal.
North Wing
Yeah.
is just, it's totally gone now.
That's what you do.
My
good.
goal today, it was to create at least one piece of lore that Derek cannot talk his way out of existing in this world.
That's
So-
it happened. It's absolutely happened.
Yeah.
You continue on to the slime laboratory, which is something, especially in the Humblewood, is a really big deal. Slime science is very important. It's very
now
useful.
we're talking slime work.
So it's basically a room just full of jars that are all like pulsing with little blobs of probably what is the most caustic stuff you could possibly imagine.
Yes,
Absolutely
and
going over to check that one out.
this is the prestidigitation room. I myself don't have that cantrip, but those who do, after we have class in the slime room, we all have to go through decontamination in the prestidigitation room.
Decontamination? How'd you get your scars up?
Well,
You gotta build those calluses. Look, hang on. I'm gonna just try and
Also,
grab at the
fun
nearest
fact,
slime I can see.
fun fact,
Okay.
they don't count the slimes, so if you take one, they don't find out until much, much later.
How do you
Yeah.
count a slime? You put two slimes together. Is that one slime or two
Yeah,
slimes?
you
It
get
sure
one
looks
slime.
like one slime.
Exactly.
that's
I mean,
the
yeah.
basis of the theft.
Well, you
Yeah.
count the cores.
I'm gonna check out this slime.
Okay. Give me a. You know what? You're actively touching it. There's not even a saving throw. You just take 2 points of acid damage
I don't
as your
know.
little possum paw goes right into a
Oh
small gap.
yeah, spicy. That's the stuff. This is some good slime.
I feel like you have a fundamental misunderstanding of acid damage.
Oh no, I'm very aware of that. He's like tossing between each paw. No, I'm very aware. It's just you
Okay.
get used to it after a while. Just taking 2 damage every time he tosses it.
I feel like Bobby looks over at Mochi, who she has seen heal people, and is just like, should I be stopping this? Is this a
No,
problem?"
no. Just
Nah, don't worry about it.
Just
Yeah,
let
think
him go.
fast. I toss it to Mochi and I heal myself.
Yeah, Voldemort has spicy flubber. Great.
Yeah.
Mochi will catch the spicy flubber.
Hey.
Bobby,
This one
is
time,
stuff-
this professor tried to give me detention, and we put the slime on his chair, and then he gave me double detention.
Yeah, it was
my
a good trick on the first part. The second trick is not getting caught.
Was that Professor Rollins? Because he tells that story.
I know. I didn't technically get caught. They just sort of went, the only person who would have done this is. And so, like,
You should.
I was kind of
sue-
accused by default.
Oh dear. I'm sorry, Clarence. Were you saying something?
Oh, I was just gonna say that's why you gotta get out of here, Bobby. There's just some things that you don't learn through books and through all the lectures and everything, and sometimes you just learn by meeting other people.
And touching the acid?
Hey, look, what's a little burned fur here and there?
That's what healing is for. Burn a little, heal a little.
I'm thinking maybe later in my career I want to become some kind of healer, but at the moment I just do a lot of writing and setting things on fire.
Yeah, you gotta build this calluses up, kid. You'll get there.
We
Thanks.
set a lot of things on fire. Oh,
Or-
Clarence, I promised your Chimera dissection notes to the biology department.
Oh,
Copy of
Okay.
them.
I guess I could turn them over. But we really gotta get to this library.
Yeah.
Have we sang the library song yet?
There's a library song?
Yeah,
I'm
We're
gonna-
not allowed to sing.
So you have
I'm
to
gonna
sing
pocket
the
some of
li-
this slime actually on the way out. But I'm not. I'll use their singing to cover me pocketing this slime.
How quickly does it burn through the pocket? Is what
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
really
Do you have a
asking.
jar or anything that you're
you
putting this
taking
in,
a
or is
jar?
it
Yeah,
just
Voldor's got like a bunch of like just like bits of like mud and twig and stuff in various
sure?
jars. So
I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Play
Yeah.
jar.
Voldor, you can consider yourself to have some caustic slime I will
put it in
try
half,
not-
put the other half back, and enjoy my caustic
I
slime.
absolutely see Volderol having like a little terrarium that it lives in.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, yes. You just like
Feeds
feed
it every
it
now and
every
then.
day. Oh.
Yeah. It's as you're putting it back that the professor in here, Mirabelle Pebblestuck, who is a stork-like being with like this little pince nez, comes around the corner. Please do not handle the. Oh, you're not good. Okay, it's very
I was
dangerous
just
to
looking
handle
at
the
it.
Hello,
slimes in here.
Professor. I was just
Oh, I
showing
hear.
these honored guests around your lab where we were doing nothing suspicious.
Hello, of course, Roberta. You are a very good student, I would suspect. Nothing suspicious from you whatsoever. But do be careful around these slimes. There's sticky ones, there's caustic ones, there's shifting ones. There's some that sound like family members that try to lure you in and stick your face
Immediately
in
try
there.
to look around for these different kinds of
Where's
slime.
the
That's too
shifting
many
one?
cool sounding
Where's the
slimes.
shifting one?
They're all
There's-
labeled.
What
There's
about
gray
the
puddings, there's black oozes, there's...
What about the carnivorous ones? Do you still have
Oh, they're all
those?
carnivorous,
Oh.
Roberta. They're
Oh.
all carnivorous.
Sorry,
Yes.
I haven't looked
Slime
over my
devourers.
notes from that unit in a long time.
Actually, if you
Yes,
have black
well-
ooze, that's really useful for groceries. So I don't know.
They're kind of
maybe they-
omnivorous if you think about it, because they kind of
Sure.
just nom nom on whatever they touch.
Omnomnomorous, yes.
Yes.
omnivorous.
All right. Well, it's not class time, so go ahead and take your
Sorry.
yes.
Bye,
Get that
Professor.
slime later.
I'll see you for class later.
And I think Bobby like uses a wing to kind of like usher them out.
Mm-hmm.
Tour guide, and we're moving,
moving,
All of the
walking,
moving.
we're walking.
muddy ruffians that you have brought into this college.
Oh no no
Oh,
no!
yeah, we're still covered in
Honored
blood.
Guests.
Honored
Honored
guests.
Yes.
Honored
I
ruffians
sh-
will take that.
Honored ruffians.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Speaking
Don't
of,
you know who my mother is?
You do sing the library song, which I'm very
You want me to
desperate
sing
for
it? I
Shadow
can
to tell
sing
me
it.
what that
I'll
is.
sing
Please,
it.
please.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, Bobby. So you have to do this, and you have to do a specific dance. Okay. So
Okay.
watch what I do. This is how you summon the library. Okay.
Okay.
Pages and spines. I know we all whine, but show us the place where our brains will dine.
Wow.
Wow.
Wonderful. That's good. That was very good, Shadow. Go ahead and take a little point of inspiration for that. That was fun. I do want to shout out that we just hit our goal of 250 pounds. So we're up against
Hey,
350.
all right.
So thank you everyone for donating. And as I'm keeping on chat, I don't think we've announced the winners, so you can still enter #crimes, or if you're old like me, #crimes for a chance to enter to win a T-shirt from Fauna and Flora. Again, just bear in mind that you either have to give me your email or you have to give your email to a man from Fauna and Flora. So email is going to be required one way or another. Just bear that in mind. Cool. So having sung the library song, the staircase that you're on actually shifts and starts to turn with all of you on it, leading you towards an archway that previously seemed inaccessible, if it was even there in the first place. The stairway still connects the same way that it did before. It still leads to the same place with like this little stop that it didn't have before. And this archway has gilded like the heads of different bird folk above it, kind of, set in relief, like busts almost around the arch. And these large doors which open as you walk towards them. And as you enter, you see just this Beauty and the Beast-esque bullshit level of library. I mean, it is just rows and rows of books. There are students in here at some of the long tables, the study tables. There is presumably a librarian behind a desk. It is very silent in here. And there's at least 2 levels that you can see, large windows which feasibly couldn't lead outside, and yet somehow there is natural light streaming in from them. Still warm in here, perhaps a little bit cooler because this is so much of a larger space. But yes, you find yourselves in the library.
All right. Bobby, do you know where librarian Alan is?
Oh, Alan usually, well, entered the time of year where he is, and I quote, sick of our bullshit, unquote. So he is probably at the reference desk behind a large pile of books.
Okay, well, I need to get into the restricted section, and Alan and I kind of had a trade deal going on when I was at school here. So let's make our way over to Alan. Argus, this is your time. What's happening? Get
You
ready.
want to beat up Alan?
Sure. I don't know what that means, but
Alan is very
Kill
nice.
Alan, I guess.
yeah, that's what I got. The which book
please
is that?
don't
And like
Please no.
Argus will like look over at the desk to see like what book looks the heaviest.
I'm gonna hand
the
Argus like a
sharpest.
massive tome, like on blades of grass.
Marley definitely reaches out and kind of puts her paw on his arm. She goes, "Pretty sure that Clarence may mean intimidating. You're a very large. You're large."
Yeah,
I will say, Alan has developed a bit of a sweet tooth, so if you have any like snacks, probably bribable. But also,
like-
you know, being strong and powerful is good.
I got something better.
Oh,
Is it the power of friendship?
No.
Thank God.
All right,
Marley,
Marley,
can you
if
give
know
me a
Alan.
wisdom save?
something tells me that was.
Jesus.
Oh no!
Oh, is Marley gonna burn down the library?
I
before we
fucking
get
hope
the
not.
books?
this is real bad.
Ah!
No.
Guidance. No, wait, I don't know if anything happening. Crap.
Yeah, just happening.
Randomly shooting guidance into the air.
Like, I feel like since like Marley is right next to Argus, I
Touching
might
one
see
person
something
every
that's
6
happening. I don't know.
seconds.
We'll see what's happening to Marley.
14.
Okay. When you walk into this room, you get a thought that's just like, what a wonderful room full of kindling. And it just kind of like, you shake your head, you're like, books. I meant books.
Yeah, definitely meant books. For sure.
Big room of books, burnable books. Books, yes. Okay. It's weird, kind of like, why would that word come to mind? Fleeting thought. It's gone.
Why do you have flint and steel in your hands?
No, we don't need that anymore.
No, we're not.
Marley just all of a
intrusive
sudden
thoughts.
Marley all of a sudden has a lighter, she's flicking back and forth.
Where'd you even get that? That's
Yeah,
really
no,
high-tech,
we all
is
know that you don't listen to the intrusive thoughts. It's
No.
fine.
Yeah. Didn't think that would
All
come
right.
up in a library, but yeah.
Oh, that's kind of like the intrusive dreams that I have, where I forgot to go to class, and so they're gonna fail me, and I'm gonna get kicked out of school.
I think that's just called a nightmare, Roberta.
Oh.
If you're dreaming it.
Getting kicked out might not be a bad thing, though.
I mean, I wake up and I'm very stressed out.
Yeah, but you're awake and you're also stressed out, so that just seems like status quo.
That's a lot to unpack. Let's go talk to this guy.
Yeah, let's go talk to this guy.
You approach the librarian's desk. There are two individuals. Well, there's one individual that you can see. That's the one that you saw that you presume to be the librarian. Again, wearing staff's robes that indicate them as not necessarily being a student. And I think as you get closer, much to what you were kind of determined, behind a large stack of books is a Vulpin, which is kind of sitting to himself, feet kicked back, flipping through a book. The other individual is a large servant who is standing up above the reference books and is kind of just doing like the stamp thing, checking to make sure that everything's in order. The servant looks up, kind of past their eyebrows at you. Is there something I can assist you all with? We do have prestidigitation stone should you all would like to cleanse yourselves before entering the library.
That's very true. Yes, we'll make good use of that. I was looking for Librarian Allen.
The Vulpin kind of looks over. Yes.
Hi, Alan. You remember me? I'm Clarence.
Yes, Clarence, I remember you.
Great. Good.
Are you a student again?
I have explicit permission to use the library.
Are you ready to pay your overdue fines?
That depends. Are you removing the books from the list that aren't actually mine?
Touche, Clarence. Touche.
Alan, and
Yes,
Clarence is
Clarence.
gonna like walk to like the other side of the desk, like closer to Alan.
Yeah, he is going back to his book every time that you finish a sentence. Like, yes, Clarence, you're still here.
Do you remember our little trade deal that we had? Remember where like I would give you like a nice shiny object, and then you would let me into the restricted section?
Yeah, Clarence, I do remember the very illicit deal that you and I had agreed on. Thank you for reminding me in front of a colleague.
I was just going to ask if Mochi can be talking to the servant while Clarence is sidling around to that desk.
Absolutely. You may absolutely do that.
I think Clarence and Mochi have that particular 1-2 down.
Okay.
So Clarence will grab one of the books off the counter and we'll open it, and then we'll place her Basil's crystal inside of it, and then awkwardly close it and shove it towards Alan.
Both right.
Yeah, it's so bulky.
It's bending the book as you're trying to
right.
press it.
Yeah.
Alan just like closes the book that he's reading, slides that one over into his lap, opens it. All right, Clarence. Yes, I would be happy to help you find that book you're looking for. And palms the basilisk stone, pops it into his robe pocket. Conrad, I'm going to assist these lovely prospective students, and looks at Marley, their parents, to find a book. I will be back. And the servant just shrugs. Yeah, all right, fine. That's all right. I'll hold down the fort. Great. Like, Alan's being just so unnecessarily bad at
This
being
guy
so
does not seem to care that much.
Like, this is
Yeah,
just
I'll
a
be
job.
back
This is the 9 to 5.
momentarily.
I will walk over here in a non-suspicious fashion.
Just using both my feet. Same ones I was born with. They're bigger now, though. So that happens to everybody, I think. Not everybody. A lot of people. Yeah. Okay. Going to find the book now.
So, Conrad, about half.
Yeah, you can tell Conrad about half.
Yeah. That was like Mochi's go-to distraction. Have you heard about half?
Yes, I have. I'm a librarian.
Perfect.
I've heard about everything.
Why aren't you following her? We don't have to roleplay the whole thing. I just need to know.
I have my own Amaranthine that I'm particularly better aligned with. Nothing against Hath. I think that she has her place in the overall pantheon.
While Conrad is explaining his religious beliefs for no reason at all other than that a raccoon just asked, Mochi's like looking past him to see if Alan and Clarence are done doing illegal things yet.
Yeah, people love being at their work and being approached to change religions. People love that shit.
I have a free book. Yeah. Oh, Mochi needs pamphlets. Shit.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, half.
All right. Well, you take care then. As Alan goes like leading all of you off. Goes, everybody, shh, all around. Yeah, okay. It's a library. Shut the fuck up. All right.
I will cast Pass Without a Trace on everyone.
Okay, all right. Well, that's
you can just be quiet.
Library spell. Yeah, you can just be quiet.
I'm wearing armor.
You don't understand. This is a magical library.
I make clanging noises. I will cast Pass Without a Trace to stop the clanging noises.
Well, she's clanking through the history section.
Right.
All right. You all follow Alan as he leads you through the stacks. actively like taking a back route. Like, you know that the restriction section is actually behind a large vault door, and that you could easily just cut through the direct middle of this library and it would take you right there. But Alan is trying to take you through like the more shadowy parts of the library, the places that the windows don't directly illuminate. You're kind of snaking around through the stacks of books, the shelves, and eventually you all do reach the large vault door that, Clarence, you would know at least has some of the restricted books in it. I'm not sure how much of it you've actually explored, because some of it, even within the restricted section, is considered off limits. And Bobby, I'm not sure you've ever been this way. Bobby seems like a rule follower, so I'm not sure that that Bobby would necessarily be part of this, or would have been part of this in the past, I should say. Alan gets to the vault door, places his paw at the center where there is kind of like an outline of a hand, and as he does, he begins to like chant under his breath, and you would watch as all these runes on this vault door, almost like a combination lock, begin to alternate and change and illuminate, and as you hear locks clicking into place as the symbol corrects itself and corrects itself and corrects itself in this clockwise fashion around the vault, until finally a large clunk, and the vault begins to open towards you just a little bit. And Alan looks to all of you. You have 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
What?
How much, Claire? How much do you want?
Like at least 3 hours.
3 hours? I'm not even here for 3 hours.
All right, when does your shift get over?
An hour. You have 1 hour.
Okay, thank you, Alan.
Better be a good shiny thing.
It is a good shiny thing.
And you all will be locked in here. I can't just leave this open.
Understood.
All right. Looks at Bobby. Nice, Bobby. I always knew you were a renegade on the inside. All right.
Yeah, we're teaching Bobby a lot of new things today.
Yeah, we're gonna make Bobby a regular Robin Hood after this.
Really ruining Bobby.
Uninitiated.
I'm
oh
a
my
criminal
God, we
now.
have an intern.
Can I be part of your gang, Ulu? Okay.
Gil?
As you all go to enter this vault, what you see in front of you is a much darker space. This is a circular room that has a hallway that leads off to the left and the right from it. There are stacks of books that are much shorter than the stacks that you found in the main part of the library. There is a light in here that is magical in nature. There are no windows. It is more like a dome where there is this soft greenish blue light that is illuminating the space, giving it almost a dim light sort of vibe to it. But there are tables which do have magical lanterns on them for you to read. You kind of get the vibe that like the books in here really shouldn't see the light of day, literally. There are chains on all of the shelves, and the books are on the stacks themselves. There's maybe 6 actual like bookshelves, front and back in this room, and again, like I said, hallways that lead either way. And as you all go inside, and the vault door thuds more heavily than on the inside than on the outside, and you hear it lock into place with its numerous locks, you find yourselves in a place that holds a lot of dark magic. And that is where we're going to pick up next time.
Oh.
So, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Humblewood, the Unwelcome Winter. We will be back next week, and looks like Gilly, if available, will be joining us once again. Fantastic. So, yes, you can look out for more Humblewood next week, same time, same place. Again, this campaign is in support of Fauna and Flora International. You can impact our game at any time, even in the middle of the week, with the same link, the same Tiltify link, which you can find in socials and in chat, and impact our game. We do have a complication that's floating. We didn't get to it this game because we already kind of began with one. So thank you for your very charitable donations, but what do you have against these poor players? Yes, so we'll be back next time. Again, we do have a giveaway, which Gilly won. Fantastic. Congrats, Gilly. Okay. So you can pick out your shirt. I'll get your email from you. We'll get the design that you're looking for. We will be having another giveaway, not next episode, but the episode after that. So check out the t-shirt, and then 2 episodes from that, that'll be episode 10. We'll do one for a hoodie. I'm going to go ahead and go around and have these lovely people say a little bit about themselves, where you can find more of them. Then we'll do some channel stuff, and we'll wrap up for the day. So, Christian, where can we find more of your lovely self?
Hey, everybody. My name is Christian, a.k.a. Fluffy Goomba, on several socials, mainly on TikTok and Twitch, where you can find me playing several games with several of my friends on several random days. Usually it's just Sundays, but we are off because one of my friends is not available to voice act, so we can't do that today. You can also find me on places like Roll for Dylan. That's ROLL 4 DYLAN for Vampire the Masquerade's Darkness Over New Orleans. We just had our season 2 finale this past week, so if you want to catch up, now's the time. We are taking a 3-week break from one session to the next. It's gonna be great times. And of course, you can find me later tonight at 8 p.m. EST on Total Party Kisses, Tragedy of Theologian, Greek Myth Inspired 5e campaign. And yeah, that's me. And a bunch of other projects. You can just check my Twitter and my link trees and all that other good stuff.
Yeah, definitely give Christian a follow. Lots of cool stuff happen on socials, and that way you can keep up and see more of his amazing acting ability.
Oh, shucks.
Fantastic. I mean it. Thank you, Christian. Honestly, you're absolutely fantastic. I do want to emphasize, just for all these people, go and follow them. Go and check out the projects that they're in. They're this good just in Humblewood. Imagine how much greater they can be in some serious shit, right? No, they're all absolutely amazing. Please go and support them in any way that you can. Next up, Anniek.
Hi, my name is Anniek. I go by she, they pronouns, and you can find me here on Sundays. Currently doing Humblewood, and then after Humblewood, I get to run games again. And since I really, really like horror games, and I finally finished my shortlist, we'll be doing Deathmatch Island and Trophy Dark and Tales from the Loop and Mothership. And so far the plan is those 4 are 4 shots, so just long enough to be fun, and just short enough that it doesn't matter if I kill someone off on the second episode, because then they only miss half. And keep an eye on the Sword and Key socials, and specifically the Discord, because that's where we're going to start talking about casting for more people to play fun games with. And also Eva's going to run a game so I can be at least a player once. And I'll need friends to play with then too.
We will, yes, Discord is always where Sword and Key posts our application forms first, and then we post them to socials after that. So getting a little leg up on applying is never a bad thing. We'll get to how to join here in a little bit. Next up, our lovely special guest. Thank you again, Gilly. Where can we find more of your lovely self?
Hi, you can find me at Oh Look It's Gilly most places on the internet, where I talk about theater and TTRPGs and learning sign language, which I am trying to do right now, and how the Duolingo owl is coming for my blood. And you can find me on Fridays on Exquisite Corpse Presents. We are playing Ready Set Bake, and I'm playing Muriel the Retired Librarian, ironically, which is like, it's called Kel's Kitchen. We're playing Hell's Kitchen, but make it TTRPG. Yesterday we concluded our season 1, because we got approved for a second season, of Masks, the puzzle project on Nerds with Dice. So if you would like to catch up with our first season, I play Vi, the reformed villain. Vi talks Fairtree. And that was a great time, and we will be back in 2024, which I'm very, very excited about. Coming up, the Girls Run These Worlds will be casting for their holiday one-shots, which I will be running one of on December 10th. I will be running a North Pole themed game of dialect, for which I am writing a special scenario. So we will be creating an elf language. And it will be the elves at the North Pole and how their language is created. And as the tagline goes, this is a story of the language and how it dies. So, holiday cheer all around. I'm also pitching a couple more projects, including Disordered Key for 2024, so stay tuned. And I'll be here next week too, so come back for that.
I always love the idea of a language that's based on the concept of giggles.
Oh wow!
And also, you've
awful.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I imagine. That's cute.
That's what I imagine halfling sounds like. It's official now that the languages professor at the Avium is a green strig named Duolingo. So
yes,
that's official now. Yeah,
that owl. That owl.
It's very aggressive. Very aggressive professor. Like wakes you up in the middle of the night.
Did you
Have
do
you
your
done
homework
your work today? Thank you, Gilly, and yes, Gilly will be back next week. Next up, Clarence, Shadow.
Hello, everybody. I'm Shadow. I use she, her pronouns. How are you doing? Yeah, you can find me here on Twitch on my own channel, Shadow Sylvia. I stream mostly cozy games and stuff, except when I'm playing Assassin's Creed, and then we still kind of make it a little cozy. It's fine. So feel free to follow for right now what seems to be a non-schedule random streams whenever I feel like it. That might correct itself later on. Otherwise, I do other things here in the TTRPG spaces. Specifically, you can find me over on Roll D5. We are a channel that specializes in playing indie TTRPG systems. I won't be in front of the camera for the rest of November, but we still have a game of Delta Green happening tomorrow night, and we have another episode of Triangle Agency happening at the end of the month. And then we have a bunch of really awesome things lined up for December, and I think we're looking into January now. So keep an eye out there for really cool indie TTRPG systems. Otherwise, I'm also over on Julie Tell's channel Fridays at I think it's 9 a.m. Eastern time. I think we moved it up an hour. For Gubat Banwa, we are doing a special playthrough of the Sword Devil, which comes with the core rulebook. We are doing our first session here this upcoming Friday, so keep an eye out if you like Southeastern Asian fantasy-inspired martial arts-focused TTRPGs. It's a lot. It's a mouthful, but it's awesome. Yeah, and then otherwise I'll be here on Sundays playing Clarence, who is... They try. They're doing their best. And they're a bard. College of the Road to become a hero.
Fantastic. Thank you, Shadow. Next up, Pan.
Hey, I'm Pan. He, they pronouns. You can find me on most social medias as Stellar Encore. It's STELLAR Encore. Especially here on Twitch. You'll find me next week as well, back here again. Continuing to play Volderol, the grumpy old druid. I don't have anything specifically lined up at the moment. I've got some stuff I can't talk about, so all I can say is really keep an eye on my Twitter and my Blue Sky and my whatevers, and they'll all be up on there. So good times.
Awesome. Yeah, as always, check out all these people on their socials. The least you can do is give them a follow. You're not going to regret it. And last but absolutely not least, Liz.
I'm Liz. She, they pronouns. I have been Marley, who is your champion fighter / Oath of the Eternal Flame Paladin. We're multi-classing for the first time, so, don't mind the mess. Anyway, I don't have a whole lot going on other than some stuff on my personal website. I finally open and launch my shop tomorrow. So you can find physical copies of my solo journaling games that I have written on my shop tomorrow morning, and there are also handmade dice bags available. Kind of hoping to expand what we're offering. I've got plans for like 3 more games that I really need to get out, so we're kind of just diving in and doing it all. So we also do have a blog now, so I'm writing a lot about different indie games and playthroughs. I'm also working with Pandalion Games now, doing product photography for them, so I'm super excited about that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So there's a lot going on kind of outside of like role play stuff that I'm doing, but you can find me here every Sunday. I'm here on Sundays now, so yeah.
I love when Liz says that they don't have a lot going on and then
I
they're
know,
doing
I
so
mean-
much. No, it's awesome. Definitely check out Liz's solo play games. I have played a number of them. They are fantastic. Honestly, like solo journaling games, it's just a way to build creativity in the downtime in between other games, or if you're ever finding yourself in a dry spell of finding TTRPGs to be a part of, you can so another way. You can always play alone. Okay. So thank you all again for joining us. Thank you to my wonderful cast, to you in the audience for joining us for another episode of Humblewood, the Unwelcome Winter. I am Derek Sword. I am your GM. I use he, him pronouns. If you want to find me, it's dsword16 on socials. But excuse me, I highly recommend you follow Sword and Key. You can find all of our links, including the Tiltify for the donations for fauna and flora, at beacons.ai/sword and key, all one word. Most of our socials are Sword and Key with the words separated by underscores. Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky. I forgot what social media was. We're also on YouTube. You can find all of our older stuff there. It gets posted eventually. Yes, the Gilly shirt is also on our Discord now. If you wanted to see that, it's not for sale. I don't want to imply that.
Can you buy the shirt?
We're getting Sword and Key merch, right?
Yeah, I've been talking to Mare about it. This one was made custom for way too much money, but I'm sure that things can happen.
Eva is nodding. We'll see what we can do. So yes, we will have Sword and Key merch in the near future as well. But stuff to look out for in the next couple of days is we do have a one-shot of Moon Sailors, which is going to be this coming Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. That is going to be organized by Mare, but it's a GM-less game, so it's kind of just open stories of people who are trying to navigate space in kind of a sailor-esque sort of like nautical type tone to it. It's not about Sailor Moon, which is what I originally thought. We also have a movie night on the Sword and Key Discord, which you can join through our beacons and check out character art. You can join conversations about stuff. Again, you can see applications to games early. You can see more art of Horizon's Call and Humblewood, both of which the artwork is done by Michael Sandoval, so a special thank you to Michael. You can follow him specifically. Probably Instagram is in Blue Sky, Twitter. They're all at MIKYLSANDVOL. Yes, VAL. There you go. Michael Sandoval, yes. And Michael does all the character art for all this, so you can also see his stuff on our Discord. But again, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 17th, we will be doing a viewing of the movie Sunshine, which is a sci-fi movie, for a 2000 sci-fi movie that actually Liz suggested. So we'll be doing that if you would like to join us. Horizon's Call will be back this week on Saturday the 18th. It's normal time at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Horizon's Call is then taking a week off on the 25th, and then we'll have its season finale on the 2nd, and then it's going to take a little over a month break and be back in January. Humblewood will be playing the next few weeks, but holidays are coming up. We're going to take a couple of weeks off here and there, so stay close to our socials and keep an eye out for that sort of stuff as we have to rearrange and replan. But Humblewood will be a 12-week campaign, so we are halfway through. Congratulations. Sword and Key is probably going to go a little quieter over the holiday season, just because it is tough to organize stuff, it's tough to cast stuff, and people are busy, and real life always comes first. But again, always check on our socials. You can always join our Discord and always be the first person to know when stuff is coming down. We will have more applications out. We will have more stuff going on, and the new year has just so much stuff being planned for it. So I'm really excited to see what comes next. I should also note that the other thing that I do, that Sword and Key has, is we are technically a podcast network. We have one podcast, but it is Monster Crush. It's a podcast I do with my friend LD, where we talk about different cryptids, creatures, and miscellaneous monsters, and how smoochable they are. We have an episode that likely will be coming out tomorrow at this point, which is about the Owlman of Cornwall. So you get to listen to that wherever podcasts are found. And if you enjoy it, leave a review. Even if it's a bad review, but it's funny, I'll read it on the podcast. That is it. So thank you again. We will see you next week. You feel free to donate at any time, and to stick to the Humblewood the Humblewood motto: no body, no crime, no drama. Take care of yourselves.